And this was one of the biggest requests, to have the same quality that nobody can see. It's an offset printed leaflet or it's a digital printed leaflet. So this was the first request.
Main focus was the easy leaflets, the small fold, not the small folded, the unfolded and the pre-folded leaflets, with a bit of small folded, and but we started without outsert, and outsert is our main business today here. And in parallel, we had also some folding boxes here, but then we changed. Around about 5 years later, to focus really on leaflet business, to have the core business in focus. The most important is to fulfill customer needs, to be in a same swing with them and to have the right development for fulfilling. So especially to reduce time to market, for example, and that is and to fulfill the right quality, not a quality which is something which is fancy, where the colors are important. We have to fulfill really the needs from the customers, from the pharmaceutical industry. That's a difference in the quality. It's a more precise quality in repeating all the details which are on the leaflet. At the very beginning, the leaflets were small, smaller leaflets. Then they grew. More awareness about the content, also for be clear in the side effect, to have a really good explanation for the patients, and by these reasons they grew. And also the big blockbusters went down, and so the customers started to bundle the products with several languages and so on, and then even more they bought together, the bigger the leaflet is, And so meanwhile, it's a normal thing to have a leaflet in an open size 0.5 meter by 1 meter and fold it down on a minimum size, which is, I often have leaflets with me, here.
You always have leaflets on you.
And in this size, for example, and that was the growth of the leaflet was the most important thing we have to manage, and not only the growth of a single one. Then after not having enough space, we started to bundle, sometimes several language versions, or sometimes also to bundle it together, one patient information leaflet together with a patient card, to have more direct information and communication with the patient. And that is a further demand, or bring together the patient information leaflet with an IFU, information for use, because there's a higher level and a higher demand of having awareness and of the right treatment, and the self-treatment by the patient is more and more important.
It's a development. It's total different to years ago. Years ago, I have to say it's a printing company, and it's an analog offset printing company. Now we change. The time is changing. So now we have to say it goes more and more in the IT world. This experience helps me a lot. whau is always open for new technology. Go different ways, like not the normal ways. Go different ways and find new solutions to produce pharmaceutical leaflets or pharmaceutical folding cartons, something like this. And for me, this experience was really helpful to go outside and find the right information. But for us, it's also a new world, go in the digital way. So it was helpful to have the experience in many different departments. Yeah, it's much more. Yeah. Meanwhile, we have 40% of our printing capacity comes from the digital machines. It's a total different way. So we have no experience in digital. We have to learn, but we have the opportunity to learn. So it was not easy in the beginning, but now when you look down in the production, you see there's running 3 digital machines and they runs really fast and they're really good and they have a good quality, then I'm proud of this whole project we started years ago.
I'm really curious on what's going on the shop floor and with the investment and with the technique. So I think that is often I challenge my team because I step in some details where I shouldn't be. Yeah, but for sure I observe this, but I know I have really the right team involved, like Ralf Kutschera. He's really an expert, and I really trust on him and all the participants of this development teams. Yeah, they come with their ideas, and so and I often ask stupid questions, but I also can follow the answers. Yeah.
Everything is specified in the pharmaceutical industry. So our requirements were you have to produce the same way or on the same substrate, on the same papers, on the offset or on the digital. And this was the first step. And I started with this project 12 years ago. So for 12 years it was impossible to print on a 40 GSM thin print paper. And this was one of the biggest requests, to have the same quality that nobody can see. It's an offset printed leaflet or it's a digital printed leaflet. So this was the first request. We have to inform them in advance. We have to receive the release from them. Otherwise you can't produce. You can change the printing technology, and you have to inform the customers in advance. You have to show them some samples. You have to go really in discussion. But yeah, we received really a good feedback meanwhile from all of our customers. Otherwise it's impossible to produce with 3 digital lines.
The interface of the machinery currently is Hunkeler for us, yeah? And I know and we know Hunkeler and Screen are in a tight collaboration, and they bring forward the entire development. And Hunkeler is also in a tight collaboration with Cook. So the communication in between the process steps, yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's not done. We know we have made our own processes and details. Yeah, the support from these companies was really great. Yeah. That is the foundation of doing together business, yeah. Because we had worries in the very beginning, and so the first contact was via Patrick Jud, and he took already some worries, yeah. But the further interaction with Screen, and so showing up how fast they adapt also to our paints, yeah. And that was really an important step to go together with them. For sure, the base was the quality of the results. Yeah. The runnability of all our pharmaceutical released papers. Yeah. It's not only the visible appearance, it was also with the cameras which are controlling, and also the code reading systems. They have to manage this new technology. And in the combination, for sure, with the camera process in the communication. Yeah. We
reached out to many suppliers. So we tested with, I would say, every supplier on the market to have the best solution for phthalate. Because our printing portfolio is not even in the 40 GSM paper like most of all pharmaceutical leaflets are. So we have a range from 40 GSM up to 250 GSM. So it's a folding card. It's a coded paper, it's a coded and uncoded. And this was the only one was, in this case, was Screen, that we can have both. Otherwise, you have to bring not even 3 machines inside, you have to bring 6 machines inside. And when you look in our production, it's impossible to have the space for 6 digital lines. So the flexibility from a True Press 520 was very important for us. With other 3 digital lines, we have automatically detection, there's a web inspection on it. And with this web inspection, before we produce, we set up the camera system and everything, the system makes by themselves. So it's quite easy to detect the issue, write it in the database with the data matrix code, because in each single sheet is a data matrix code on it. And this data matrix code is a sequential number and also the order number. So quite easy to find each sheet in the folding machine, because there is a tracking system on it. And really, the digital printing machine makes less issues than the offset line. So in the offset line, you know, it's always the balance, water and ink, and you have a smearing, you can have more dots or spots or something like this. And when you look in the digital line, we have really less issues. The main topic of all is to reduce the pharmaceutical risk. Yeah? And for this, the pharmaceutical leaflet must be readable.
Also, an additional driver was the availability of the technique and the spare parts. Yeah? The new technical availability of digital printing. This was also a driver, because the old technique, in offset printing, the spare parts, we were lacking. So, in 2 cases, we were waiting for 3 months for spare parts. Yeah. The suppliers of the electronic spare parts, they were rethinking which branch we are going to deliver and where is the priority. And that was really painful for us. And that was also a driver to go digitally.
Yeah, you have to see the whole process. Yeah, it's right. The ink is expensive. Yeah, and this is sure. This is absolutely right. But you have to see the whole process. You have the process. You have to see from the printing plate production up to the finishing process, finishing products. And when you only have the view on the ink, yeah, you're right. The ink is expensive. But in the whole process and what you can solve on waste paper. It's crazy to see when we have produced 1 year on the digital line, you can compare what you have on the offset and what you have on the digital. No, you can see there's a decreasing the volume for each order. Yeah, this is not an increasing market in this case. In global, you see it's increasing, but for each order it's decreasing. Yeah. And for this, it's clearly it's the digital printing a big advantage for this. It's absolutely unfair because I'm an offset printer. No, but we have to focus now. Years before we produced on the digital line, we have to say the bottleneck was on the printing. We can see it a little bit different, and we have to see the whole process. It's together. So now it's together from the printing up to the post press. You see how complex our process is in the post press, and it works together, and it must be together.
I can say we already signed the next order for the next machine. I hope this is enough. After having the first 3 machines installed with 3/4 a year ago.